We are live. We are live in full effect. Hey, hey. So this is day 3 of the juice cleanse. Day 3 of the juice cleanse. Who's out there with me on this challenge? It is a challenge for some people, and for others, it is a walk in the park. I say that, but I am usually challenged day 1, 2, and maybe 3, because after that, I'm not hungry. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great the whole time. But the first couple days, I'm like, this shit would be nice if I had, But how are you guys feeling out there? Who is on the cleanse? Who is feeling good, looking good, seeing changes already? It's pretty phenomenal how things happen or can happen quickly. I was going to juice like live right here, right now, but I do not juice in white. Definitely not a white shirt. I have on a white top and I have on white pants. And I learned my lesson before. You're juicing like cranberries and strawberries and beets, and that stuff splatters. And it is not a good day. It is not a good look with beets on your clothes. Talk about a holistic, natural way to dye clothes. Yeah, try juicing with some of these fruits and veggies. Anything red, of course, for sure. But today I've got lots of things that I'm juicing. So I juice, for me, my cadence is I juice every other day. So I juice enough for, 2 days. 2 days of service. How about that? 2 days of service. I'm going to move this camera. This is probably danger. But this is what I'm juicing today. Is it showing you? Oh my God. Oh well, so much for what I plan to show you. It's harder when you don't have when you're not looking at the camera face on. But you can see I've got apples, have turmeric, ginger, strawberries, Swiss chard, carrots, beets, spinach, papaya, celery, watermelon, plums, peaches, all of that good stuff. So that's what I'm juicing this evening. All right, where are you guys? Hello. This is a juice cleanse. We're supposed to be helping each other stay accountable, be on point, and stay encouraged, like you can do it. It's a mindset thing. You could do it. Like, I don't know how else to say that. You can do it. Easy, breezy, beautiful, cover girl. But I like to, field your questions, see what challenges you've had, successes you've had. And, a lot of people have downloaded the ebook, so that's good to know. So you're already getting yourself prepared and ready. I was going to share with you too what I do after I juice, meaning after I have peeled and sliced and cut up, not sliced, but just, cut up some fruits and veggies, and they're pieces that either you aren't using or may not look as good, especially after I soak it. I told you guys I soak it in my baking soda, or I soak in the Castile soap. Let me get that for you. Castile soap. So I put everything in a couple big bowls, and I put this in, just a drop. A drop goes a long way. You can see I still have a lot, and I've already had this probably a month. So just put a drop and let it sit, and then you rinse it off. You ready to rock and roll with your fruits and veggies? So now you have all the shavings, you have the pulp, And I just feel much better about my life if I do something with that. So I actually have an organization that picks up my food compost. It's a bucket. They pick up my bucket and they deliver a new bucket for me. So I put all of my food waste in that bucket. And I just feel like I'm doing something good for the environment. I'm doing something good for my health because I've been juicing. And so it's an all around full circle moment. That's what I do for my juice because it could really create a lot of food waste, obviously. But I feel better knowing that that food waste is going to be turned into compost, which can go in my garden. And there we go. That's that full cycle of life. I mentioned before some juicing hacks to really stretch your juice because it could be expensive, but it's not expensive, right? Like the cost of being healthy is a minimal cost or pales in comparison to being sick. So it's expensive, but it's not. And the way I look at it, typically when you buy something out, I mean, anything you buy is $10, $12, $15. Each time you eat out is $10, $12, $15. And some of you are like, where does she eat for $12 and $15? That may be cheap for you, but for me, yeah, $10 because I'm already pescatarian. I don't eat meat. I put meat down about, maybe 8 or 9 years now. And I really didn't eat a lot of meat to begin with. I would forget to eat meat. I would think, did I have meat today? So it wasn't a hard transition for me to make that change. And I felt so much better without eating meat. Like I never felt so uncomfortable. You know, sometimes you eat and you just have this uncomfortable feeling. You feel so full, for lack of a better word. And sometimes it doesn't hurt because obviously if you're hurting, then you've got some other issues. But you just feel this discomfort because you are so full. And when I eat now, I eat and I'm comfortable. Like I can eat a whole plate of whatever. And I'm like, yes, that was filling and fulfilling. And I don't have this feeling of just, oh my gosh, it's just too heavy. Bloating, don't have the bloating because again, I'm not eating meat. I do eat fish and I actually do eat dairy. I'm not a vegan, which is why I said that, because if you're vegan, then you don't do dairy either. But I do dairy. I love my eggs. I love my cheese. But I'm not obviously eating macaroni and cheese for dinner. Like that's a negative. But I do like, cheese. I don't do milk. I have substituted that for the byproducts, the almond milk, the oat milk. I make a lot of my oat milk. Sometimes I just blend it up real quick. It is the easiest thing ever. Of 1/4 cup, a cup of oats and a cup and a half of water. And you blend it really good and then you strain it and voila, you have oat milk. Almond milk takes a little bit longer, but the Nama actually will juice almond milk. And I don't even think you have to soak it. Maybe you have to soak it a little bit, but normally you're soaking almonds for 24 hours or so. But the Nama, this is the Nama that I have. There are a lot of different Namas out there, and they always come out with a new one. It's like, this is the old Bentley, and they have a new Bentley. But my juicer was $550. At that time, it was $550 with a $50 coupon. And I've already given kudos and credit where credit is due to Sean and Michelle, because they kind of started me on this journey of juicing. And with that being said, they do have a coupon code that they can give you. They gave me my $50 off, but right now they're running a special for August with the code Sean and Michelle August. I don't think it's case sensitive, so it doesn't matter. You capitalize, but Sean is SEAN. SEANANDMICHELLE, and then August. And I had to spell it because some people spell Michelle with one L. Most people spell it with two, but don't want to assume. And then, of course, you've seen many different ways to spell Sean. So Sean and Michelle August. That will give you $90 off the Nama J2. Now, I don't know how much the Nama J2 is. Like I said, I have an older Bentley. There's a new Bentley out. This older Bentley I bought, I guess, I just looked that up, maybe 22 or 23. So it's not that old, but it's my Bentley. I've gotten used to my Bentley. I had someone that ordered a juicer and they weren't sure how to use it, how to juice. And they said, I think something's wrong with my juicer because I just don't see where the veggies are coming out. And I was, chuckled and like, girl, yeah, it's coming out of there. I'm going to show you the pieces. I keep my pieces in this little container, clear container, and I like to pack it after it's cleaned and it's dry. I put it in this so I can pack it away. But what's great is I don't have to put it together per se because it's already been put together. This is the top part. I very rarely use this. This is the mechanism to kind of push your fruits and veggies down. I use this all the time, right? I mean, I take it off all the time because you see how wide of a mouth that is, and it just snaps back in place. It has an auto shut off, so if it's not locked or when you open it, it turns it off. When you close it, it turns it back on. So that's the safety feature. And this is, I call it the base, and all of this comes apart. But once you get used to it, it's very easy. But this is the, I don't know, I call it the basket. I'm just making up terms. The basket, Urban Dictionary, the strainer, and it's just snaps. Well, how about that for a live TV? Snaps in place. And you can see this has a larger lip. This has a smaller lip. So you know exactly where the lip goes because, again, you have a smaller lip and a larger lip. So you put that together. It's in there snug and a bug. And this is your piece that is going to turn and chop and dice and slice your fruits and veggies. So you can see this is not a motor. This is not heat. You just drop that in. And so, again, it's in there nice. And you attach the top to the base. And with the Nama, you do that because you come just slightly to the left, and then you turn it or snap it in place. So you want this column to be even. And there you go. You've got the base. And so your juice, the liquid is coming out here. The pulp is coming out here. And you're putting that whole thing on the base, and you can hear it snap a little bit. So now it is ready for use. It's heavy. It's heavy too. I generally will I'll plug it up and turn it on to make sure that everything is aligned, because if something is off kilter, it won't turn on, and you've already loaded your fruits and veggies, and you're like, well, dang. So plug it up, and you hear it. Now, one thing about the Nama, obviously you can hear it, you know it's on, but it's not super loud. I had a juicer before. I was like, what is that locomotive? So I think it's relatively quiet again in comparison to my non-Bentley juicer. So you are ready to rock and roll. I had someone else, I actually asked her for permission. Can I show your video? Because, girl, you did everything wrong in that video. So, number one, they didn't open up the chute. They kept squeezing fruit in there. I was like, you don't have to do that. You just open it up. And, oh, my God, it's this wide mouth. And then they kept talking, and it just completely filled up, like all the way up. They had this closed. and the juice started pouring out the sides. I'm like, oh, girl, what is going on with your life? But obviously open up the chute. And then as I am juicing, another hack is I may add a little water. So if I put something in like plums and peaches and strawberries, that's a really, really thick juice. I don't want it to look like baby food. So I will just simply pour some water in there, and I'm getting that to be mixed in well with my juice. Versus me adding water to the juice, I like to just kind of do it that way. I feel like it's a better consistency. I'm somewhat kind of rinsing the juicer. That's what I'm telling myself in my head. And I'm getting this nice consistency of juice. I already talked about the bottles to use, either the plastic. I didn't really buy all of these different ounces. I literally bought the 32 ounce plastic, and then I came back with the 30 ounce glass, and it was merely because I didn't have 32. But that was a good basis for me to, have my smaller amount of juice in 8 or 16 ounces. This is in the morning. Have your water in between. I would set it a little, let me start over. Rewind. You have your water first, then your 8 to 16 ounces of juice, and then your water throughout the day, and your 28 to 32 ounces of juice for lunch, and then your water again, and your 28, 30, 32 ounces for dinner. So you can see you've got to make a lot of juice. And then if you're juicing and another person's juicing, like, you've got to make a lot of juice. But that's how I justified this $5.50, because it makes so much juice. I literally did a fourth of a watermelon, juiced it, and I probably had this much pulp. Like, I didn't have a whole lot of pulp because, again, watermelons produce a lot of juice. Celery produces a lot of juice. Melons, carrots, sweet potatoes, apples, grapes, those things produce a lot of juice. Your leafy green does not produce a lot of juice, and that's where I add my water, because spinach, kale, Swiss chard, what else? Oh, dandelions, like all of this green goodness, beets, red, golden yellow, like all of those things, I'm adding a little bit of water because they're thick, and then I want to get as many nutrients as I can, especially from the green stuff. So today I'm actually juicing, and cucumbers produce a lot of juice. Peppers could produce a lot of juice. So those are your hacks. So this is going to stretch your 28, 30, 32 ounces of juice. But I'm going to juice, I don't know, I just kind of have this, I feel like this is my creativity flowing when I'm juicing. I may follow a lot of the guides, especially when I first started. I went by the book. I was like, let me just look for a juicing recipe. Let me just follow what they do, and I'll try it, taste it, see if I like it. I can kind of, make some changes, modifications. Like you do with cooking. You follow the recipe when you first get it, and you're like, I cannot deviate. I have never made pound cake. Let me make this recipe according to the actual instructions and ingredients. Then you get a little comfortable. You're like, okay, let me add a little extra. Bam. Same thing with juicing. Once you get in there and you start playing around with things and you know what you like, your body kind of craves different things, you'll be coming up with all kind of concoctions. And every now and again you miss the mark, like, ugh, what is going on? Do not add an additive. Do not try to add ginger crystals to your juice because it's too tart or it's not sweet enough, or let me just add a little honey and shake. No, no, and no. This is cold press juicing only. Say it with me. Cold press juicing only. Cold press juicing only. Come on, cold press juicing only. So stay with that cadence and stick with the script. Say that 10 times. Stick with the script. But otherwise, I like to just try different things. Okay, so I have watermelon. I'll probably do watermelon. And strawberries maybe? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to do the berries with the green. I don't know why I like the Swiss chard and the strawberries and the grapes and then lemon and ginger. That's probably what I'll do. I just came up with that one. Bam, just came up with that one. Carrots and orange peppers and oranges, lemon and ginger. That will be my other one. I have celery. So my celery will be green apples, celery, cucumbers, green grapes, lime, and ginger. And in that orange drink, I forgot to say turmeric. I'm doing turmeric instead of the ginger. And I also have, let me see, I have peaches and plums. So I may do the peaches with the celery, carrots, lemon, and ginger. Again, off the cuff. I put together these things of just a nice combination of sweet and veggie. Because, and you can do a completely green drink. And I may do, if I do a completely green drink, I'll just add lime. And I might do ginger. And that, again, is going to give it a little bit of tartness, but a little bit of a kick as well. I do greens as well. So it could be, I just can't resist that green apple, because you add a green apple to a green juice and you're like, mwah. That's what I'm talking about. So I have a hard time not including the apple, but I have done green, of course, all day long. If you just want to do a spinach and a kale and again, Swiss chard. But other things, a lot of the veggies are already just a natural sweetener. The carrots, the beets, it has some sweetness to it. I don't peel the entire beet. I may just take off some of the rough edges. I might also, of course, I have soaked it, like I said, so I may use this rough part to kind of just make sure it doesn't end up tasting like dirt, because beets can taste like dirt. I remember when I first juiced a beet, I was like, this tastes like dirt. But I don't know what I did wrong, but I've certainly figured it out now. I love to juice with beets. It is one of my favorite things to juice. Oh, I finished my drink with the sweet potatoes. I made that 2 days ago. That's another favorite. People just don't think of those to juice. All really, really good stuff. So I have, let me see, 7:26. Hopefully I can get Sean and Michelle on the call before our cleanse is over. This is day 3 of 10. If you're just joining, that's fine. No shame, no shade, no harm. Listen, start where you start, but do something and try it. Try it. You'll be very surprised with how you adapt and how you aren't hungry and how you are fulfilled, and you'll feel great. And you're like, what is going on? Why didn't I do this? Now, every now and again in my head, I go, girl, you have juiced so many times. You don't have anything to prove. Go on over there and get you some popcorn. That's on this side. And this side goes, yes, you do have something to prove. You owe it to yourself every quarter to juice and to do it through the entire time and to feel great once it's done. Oh, there we go. That's what happens when things pop up. Okay, so I guess it started over. I don't know. Hopefully I'm still live. But yeah, I continue the course, and every time I think, well, should I do this? Should I? But I feel so good while I'm doing it. It motivates me, it's self-motivating to continue moving forward, to continue doing it. So I'm encouraging you guys out there to do the same. Try something different. Or if it was good to you, try something good to you, something familiar because you have juiced before. I just decided to make it my own commitment to juice once a quarter. I juice once a quarter. I do a 10-day cleanse once a quarter. Is it convenient? Of course not. Now, I do try to pick a 10-day frame where I'm not obviously going out of town. I'm not celebrating my mother's 75th birthday. Like, yeah, because come on now, you killing the vibe. You're like, hey, let's juice. So, but otherwise, things are going to come up. You might have a dinner party. You might go to a networking event. You might go somewhere where there are snacks and hors d'oeuvres and tapas, and you're like, oh, but I just bring my juice. I bring my juice. And if someone says, oh, you're not eating? You say, no, I'm good. I'm juicing. I'm doing a 10-day juice cleanse. What? I couldn't do that. Yes, you can. So it's not the end of the world. I've said it before. I'll say it again. That food will be there. I promise you. The popcorn will be there. You can tell I love popcorn. I make my own though. I do. I like my own freshly made popcorn. But the food will be there. The muffins will be there. The pop, the soda, the Coke, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be there. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. The fruit. And my biggest thing is when I am juicing, I might normally, if I'm not doing a 10-day juice cleanse, I might pop a grape in my mouth. No chewing. No chewing. It doesn't matter that you're juicing and you're only tasting what you're juicing. No chewing. Your body is at rest. Crazy thing is, one time I was juicing 10 days, and on day 5, I don't know if I forgot or if I just wanted to test it, I ate a grape. My stomach was flipping for about an hour. Like it had said, oh my God, is food entering? What is going on? And I had a little bit of discomfort. I was like, that was not worth that one grape. So I don't know what that means other than the fact that you literally are, the whole point is it's a gut reset. It is a resting stage and state. Your body's in a state of rest, your digestive tract. So just by eating and it processing that, it was like, yeah, no. So try not to take pieces of your fruit and veggies while you're juicing. Like, oh, let me just take nibble on a carrot like a rabbit. No, juice only. If you feel the need to chew, well, chew while you're juicing. Be like, that's good. Psych yourself out. Tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself in your mind to get through it and to feel good about it. And then the amazing part on the other side of 10 days is you'll be like Rocky. You made it. You did it. Like, how many people can say they juice for 10 days? That's an accomplishment. That is resilience. That is determination. That is doing something good for your mind, your body, your soul. Like, pat yourself on the back, baby. Pop your collar. Come on, all of that. Because you can't, I can't say you ate it because you can't eat. But you get my point. You made it. You made it. Now, in terms of movement and exercise, I stay on that same trajectory. I don't stop walking, running, cycling. I'm doing all of that. I take my vitamin in the morning. I have a little bit of juice, and I mix my powdered vitamin. You're not putting it in a blender, like you just mix your powdered vitamin. And my vitamin is already nasty, so that part. You have to mix it with something because it really does taste like dirt. So I do my vitamin, I throw that back or, take that down, and then I do my workout. I may have just a sip of water because when I'm walking, I don't want to have to go to the bathroom anywhere. And I'm doing a 4-mile trek. So I do my 4 miles. I did 4 miles this morning. I stretch. I do my meditation. I take my vitamin. I walk for 4 miles. I jump in the shower. And then I drink a whole lot of water because at that point, now I'm really thirsty. I drink a whole lot of water. So well more than the 16 ounces. I'm just like gulping it down. And then I have some juice. That's my daily routine while I'm going through the 10-day juice cleanse. So find what works for you, but again, do something. I've been having some pain here in the old texting thumb and finger, and I like to test the market, test my body, and see what ailments go away from me juicing. And I'm already feeling less of it. It just does so many amazing, wonderful, miraculous, phenomenal, awesome things to your body. And to experience it is more than I can say. I can tell you all day long, but until you decide, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to stay the course, I want to see what changes happen in my body. And the other effect of it is you have some outward changes too. You may be feeling something inside, internally, but then externally you benefit from juicing because you're like, wow, I have more energy. I have, more muscle tone. I have this clearer thinking. And I remember listening to someone who said they juiced for 90 days, 60 days, and it was like, all of a sudden, it was kind of funny when he was saying it. I'm like, you sound like you've been smoking. But the person was saying, man, everything was so clear. Like the birds were chirping louder and I could smell more. I'm like, okay, they're going to think we're doing something. Like, what? You on that ooh-wee? But it's the fact that you just have this clarity that I guess you're somewhat consecrating yourself. I don't know. But I definitely love to do it. And it was only one time I went past the 10 days. Well, a few times. Sometimes I've gone 11 days, 12 days. But my longest time was 21 days. I just wanted to see how I felt in the 21-day period. And I really just stopped because I thought, well, 21 days, I can check that box, stick a fork in it, done. Not because I was hungry. I wasn't hungry. And then one time I only went 8 days. I was like, man, I'm good. It's almost like you have to mentally prepare yourself first. And that's what I talk about in the guide, in the juicing guide. It's a mind thing. And you guys know this. Or if you don't, it's a reminder. If you do, it's a reminder. And if you don't, I'm telling you, it's a mind thing. Your mind can tell your body to do anything. That is such the phenomenal, blessed part of our bodies and how God designed us, is you can tell yourself something over and over again, and your body goes, okay, I understand the assignment. And that's what you do with juicing. You say, I'm charting a course, I'm going to do 10 days, I'm staying this course, I'm going to make this happen, I'm going to prepare, I'm going to be ready, and I'm going to resist temptation and continue on this path of feeling better and looking better and being better and doing better. That's probably a good place to stop. 7:35. Good to see you guys who checked in. And no excuses. Get it done. Make it happen. Encourage yourself to keep going. Let's encourage each other to keep going. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I'll see you tomorrow, day 4 of the 10-day juice cleanse. I'm out.